Today we will discuss the powers and functions of the President of India. We know that President is one of the main constituents of the Union Parliament. Therefore, the President has got a wide range of powers, and his powers can mainly be classified as following. So these are the powers exercised by the President of India. So you have the legislative powers, executive powers, financial powers, diplomatic powers, military powers, discretionary powers, emergency powers, and judiciary powers. We will discuss each of these powers one by one, and you should know at least few points of each power. You cannot just write the legislative powers. Legislative powers are the law-making powers. But what are those law-making powers? Can you at least give 3 or 4 such powers of law-making powers? So let's take one by one. First, begin with the legislative powers. First is from the legislative powers. Under the law-making powers, he has the power to give assent to the bill. That means any bill is discussed, debated in both the houses of Parliament, and once it is passed by both the houses, it goes to the President for his assent. If the President gives his assent, that will become an act, that will become a law. That is his power to give assent to the bill. Issue ordinance. So when the Parliament is not in session and the Union Cabinet recommends that the President should promulgate an ordinance, then President is empowered to promulgate ordinance. The President addresses the sessions. Especially the President addresses the first session of the year, mainly the budget session. And when the Lok Sabha election is contested and the newly elected members of Lok Sabha come to the Parliament first time, then the President will address a joint session of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha members. So President addresses the sessions. The President can also dissolve the Lok Sabha. In case the ruling party loses no confidence motion in the floor of the House, the President has the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha. The President summons the house. That means President can ask both the houses to come and have their session. And President can also prorogue the house. President can bring the session to an end. So these are some of the law-making powers of the President of India. They are very, very important powers of the President, which President enjoys. Then we have the executive powers. Executive means implementing the laws and decisions made in the Parliament. We know that Parliament is a law-making body. When the laws are made, those laws must be followed by the people of this country. That means there should be some people to ensure that the laws are being followed within the country. That part is done by the implementing body called executive body. And President is the highest executive authority. That is his position, just we saw in the previous video. That means all the appointments, the high-ranking appointments are made by the President. So mostly his power and executive authority is to make appointments. So he appoints the following high officials. Appointment of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. He appoints the governors of various states and lieutenant governors of union territories. He appoints the judges of Supreme Court and High Court. These are all very, very important appointments. He appoints the Attorney General. Of India. He appoints the election commissioners. So these are some of the executive powers of the President. You should remember some of these executive powers. Appointing the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, appoints the governors, the lieutenant governors, he appoints the judges of Supreme Court, judges of High Courts, he appoints the Attorney General of India, he appoints the election commissioners. They are all high officials. And these high officials are appointed by the President of India. The next power is the diplomatic power. We can also say ceremonial power. Before that, the financial powers. Power related to money matters. We know that the money bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha after the President approves. The money bill is introduced on the recommendation of the President of India. The money bill. The union budget. Union budget is presented by the Finance Minister on the recommendation of the President of India or on behalf of the President of India. The union budget of the country is presented. The financial statement. The financial statement is presented or tabled in the Parliament on behalf of the President of India. Again, the contingency fund is at the disposal of the President of India. So contingency fund means the fund available to meet the unforeseen situation. A huge amount of money is there in the contingency fund, and that money is used whenever there is some unforeseen situation in the country. Like this year, we had coronavirus, where sometimes we have the flood situation, sometimes drought situation. To meet such unforeseen situation, the fund available in the contingency fund can be used, and this contingency fund is at the disposal of the President of India. So these are the financial powers of the President of India. Then we have the diplomatic powers of the President, the ceremonial powers. So President receives the dignitaries, the guests or foreign guests, that is a diplomatic power, that is a ceremonial power. The President also bestows awards, gives awards like Sri Padma Shri Award, Sri Rajiv Gandhi Awards. So such awards are given by the President, and this is his ceremonial power. The President also takes annual salute on Republic function, that is also his ceremonial power. The President also appoints the ambassadors to other countries. These are some of the diplomatic powers of the President of India.